Greenland, a frozen island in the Arctic, a place where if you step outside without a jacket, you don't just catch a cold. You freeze your feelings solid. Most of the year, Greenland is covered in snow, ice, and strong winds. Small communities live quietly along the coast, far apart, far from the rest of the world. At first glance, Greenland doesn't look impressive. No luxury resorts, no global financial centers, not exactly a dream vacation spot, unless you really hate summer. But on the global map, Greenland tells a very different story, because strategically, this icy island is extremely valuable, and that's why at one point the United States openly showed interest in controlling Greenland. So the real question is simple. Why does the US want Greenland so badly? And what does America risk by even trying? First, resources. Under Greenland's thick ice sheet are enormous reserves of oil, natural gas, and rare earth minerals. Rare earths may sound boring, but they power modern life. Your smartphone, electric vehicles, AI systems, advanced weapons. No rare earths, no modern technology. Today, much of that supply depends on China. For the US, that's not just an economic issue, it's a strategic weakness. From Washington's point of view, Greenland looks like a solution. Second, the Arctic is changing. Climate change is melting ice, slowly, but steadily. New shipping routes are opening, new resources are becoming reachable, and history shows one thing very clearly. Whoever controls key Arctic routes early sets the rules later. Greenland sits right in the middle of that future. Third, military security. Greenland lies along the shortest path between Russia and North America. During the Cold War, the US built bases there to detect incoming threats. The Soviet Union is gone, but Russia remains, and China is watching the Arctic closely. More control over Greenland means earlier warnings, stronger defense, and better surveillance. From a military perspective, it makes perfect sense. But for Europe, this story sounds very different. Greenland belongs to Denmark, a European country, and a NATO ally. So when the US talks about control, Europe doesn't hear opportunity, it hears pressure. If Washington can push Denmark, what does that mean for other allies? This is no longer about ice or minerals, it's about trust. NATO looks strong on paper, but alliances don't survive on weapons alone. They survive on respect, consultation, on shared decisions. If Europe feels sidelined, NATO weakens from the inside, not loudly, not suddenly, but quietly. And that leads to the biggest risk. Europe may begin to rely less on the United States, to invest more in its own defense, to walk its own path. NATO wouldn't collapse overnight, but it could slowly lose cohesion, exactly what America's rivals want. So yes, Greenland offers resources, security, strategic advantage, but the price might be higher than expected. History tells us something important. Great powers don't fall because they lack strength. They fall when they lose allies. Greenland is cold, very cold, but the consequences around it could heat up global politics fast. And sometimes, the most dangerous move is not the one that looks aggressive, it's the one that quietly pushes friends away.